LEGO said that Galador was phenomenally successful in focus testing. Releases. One of the most legendary failures in history. How could this have happened? Shotgun battle in the middle of the night. Not one cop shows up. Post stories about your neighbors. I'll start. Be me, relocated to semi-rural Texas for a new job contract. Perfectly nice, I guess, except one thing. The birds are loud as fuck and wake me up at 4:30 every goddamn morning. Decide to just accept it and change my routine. Start having coffee on porch at 4:30 since I'm up anyway. Fast forward a couple of weeks and a family moves into a house across the street from us. One morning I'm having my bird.mp3 coffee. See neighbor throw open front door. Holding a fucking shotgun, angrily marches over to the tree out front in his pajamas. Aims shotgun up into the branches. Gun go bang.wav. Birds.mp3 stops completely. Twigs and shredded leaves gently rain down. Blissful silence. He walks back inside and closes the door. Anons, I think I like Texas.
Why was there a lava factory in downtown Los Angeles?
A recruiter comes to my school. He spends time with me and the boys during recess. Hey, Anon, do you want to protect your family or your girlfriend? No, sir, I don't have a girlfriend and I hate my family. Come on, don't you have anything you want to protect? Suddenly think about Mr. Harry at home. That's it, robot. I will join the Marines. No one fucks with my cat. Be me, using my PC. Feel the need to pee. Go pee. Theseus gnome sprint to my room at light speed and replace every part of my PC, keyboard, monitor with identical parts. Come back. It's not my PC anymore. I can't prove it, but I know they're fucking doing it. How do I stop them? What do you guys do? Aside from the crocodile train and like 2 modulars, there are no reused sets in the city. Everything is mocked. No fleshies or mini dolls. Everything is yellow flesh only. Everything has a clear European aesthetic, a perfect fit for LEGO. Has its own little mafia storyline hidden in multiple buildings in the city instead of just hitting a checklist of what should be in a LEGO city, i.e., I need a fire station, a police station, a gas station, etc. Divided into multiple sections, rural countryside, seaside city, airport, instead of being a huge mass of modulars and base plates. Can actually create angles for roads and buildings instead of being stuck in a grid pattern thanks to not abiding by MILS like every other city builder. Has separate Wild West and space areas instead of shoving every single LEGO related thing into the same space. Aside from the cringe that is no visible studs, is this the perfect LEGO city?
A couple of blind cave ogres show up. These look dangerous. Better call the military and get everyone inside. Before that can happen, they path to the cave entrance, and all the dwarves that were going inside to burrow get caught in combat with them. Think I'm about to lose 20 dwarves, including a legendary armorer. Nope, they swarm the ogres and beat the fucking shit out of them, dodging almost every attack and knocking one unconscious. Random civilians wrestling and bending the joints of monstrous creatures bigger than elephants while farmers and children punch them in the skull. By the time the hammer dwarves arrive, both ogres are seriously wounded. One is unconscious and bleeding, and one has lost the ability to stand. No dwarves died, and only 2 were permanently maimed.
Clegane, my command tent. Now, you're a loose cannon, Gregor. The hand of the king is so far up my arse after that little stunt you pulled in the Riverlands, I can taste his badge. Mayhaps I ought to tell you to hand over your spurs and sword belt and hang you from the nearest tree, but 7 hells, you're the best damned mass-murdering serial rapist in the city of the Westerlands, and you know how to get results.
Kill guy, throw fire on him. Suspect he's a solo. Make running away noises. Just stand in place. Use my phone. Hear standing up noises. Dies to concertina trap. Dies again. Go back to phone. 3 minutes later. Hear revive noise. Put hand on mouse. Shoot him again. Become 6 stars. Heh, nothing personnel, cowboys. Bring Mosin Sniper 2 games in a row. 2 games in a row, get rushed by a guy with a knife. Based knife guy. Go to Florida on vacation. Think you're gonna have a fucking awesome time. Drive down to Florida. Get out of car. See naked white guy wearing KKK hood eating the face off of a pit bull. Ignore it and continue down the street. Notice that the entire state is being submerged underwater by a fucking hurricane, ankle deep in flood water, get eaten by alligators. Play a simple, humble farm game. Get graded with this. Baldur's Gate 3 really poisoned the wells. I play Warden. I play with a dead clan, aka group of friends. They rage quit when things go wrong constantly, overextending with vehicles, or just want to do arty ops. Let's waste time gathering and refining shit to do arty ops. Let's bring 250 shells on a flatbed to the front. I notice a gap in radar coverage to that map. Go investigate. Oh look, a collie rolling around in a jeep building and taking down radio towers. Is it clear to bring in the shells? No, I say. There's a party rolling around in a jeep. Well, I'm bringing it to the border anyways. I'm in a queue at the border. Colonial rolls up with him waiting in the queue at the border. He gets out of the truck. Dies. Colonial hijacks the truck and leaves his jeep. Drives 250 shells back to their lines. Why didn't anyone tell me it wasn't clear? I'm going to play something else. I just shout back in Discord and call him a fucking idiot. He disconnects. At least when I played with Vermin briefly, I had some level of competence. Friend runs down corridor ahead of us.
I'm fast as fuck, boy!
Immediately grabbed and neck snapped by the skinwalker. Friend asked to go to a rainy planet. What's bad about rain? Hops off ship. Drowns immediately. Good game. I'm sorry, dude.
Successfully destroy invasion force of 40+ goblins. Only a couple of dwarves die in the process. However, the goblins brought 4 demons with them. One was made of ash and killed relatively easily by a dwarf in martial trance, but the other 3 ended up stuck in a tree at the edge of the map. Think they'll stay there. They hadn't moved the whole siege, so I send my forces to kill the retreating goblins. It turns out chicken demons and even humanoid ash demons can fly. Despite being right at the edge of the map, the 3 demons in the trees decide to wander across the entire map, trying to leave. Ash Demon encounters a lone axe dwarf who had finished his kill order against a retreating goblin, and then went off duty. See, he dropped his weapon on the ground. It kills him instantly. Set the squad to kill the Ash Demon. Only one of them is nearby, but he manages to kill it easily. Chicken Demon arrives. It turns out chicken demons are a lot more durable than ash demons. Kills the dwarf. Like 6-axe dwarves die walking up to the demon one at a time. It kills at least 4 random idiots walking around picking up logs, because I turned Burrow off when the siege ended. Finally, an axe dwarf kills it, then dies of his wounds shortly afterwards. I'm really glad they mostly stayed away while I was slaughtering goblins. Also, during the siege, a dwarf visitor showed up carrying an artifact that had previously been stolen from my fortress. He got killed by one of the goblins, unfortunately.
In this game, you play as a cat. Holy shit, that's awesome. Lost in a mysterious robot world. That's really fucking neat, with a snarky robot sidekick who speaks English and never shuts up. Oh, that's, all of the robots are just people, but metal, and the game is doing fetch quests for them. The gameplay is walking and contextually pressing X. And you play as a cat. Closes tab.
The Valve. Raise player limit to 100 players. Don't bother to raise the entity limit that could easily be breached before. Balk at the idea of dredging through 15 years of spaghetti code to support multiple cores. Forget to add space to a list of players using a dispenser, causing the game to crash. Unintentionally nerf sniper. Unintentionally make random crits a godsend. 10 out of 10 peak game design.
Load up Sea of Thieves. Solo sloop time. Buy a storage crate. Sail to Mermaid's Hideaway. Find another storage crate. Fish for 2 hours. Realize ship is gone, but you have rowboat. Take rowboat to nearest seaport. Get stuck underneath the seaport and teleport it to your ship, which is across the map. Fucking gun your ship towards the seaport. See barrels and something flint in the water. Harpoon it. It's a gunpowder barrel. Unharpoon it and it explodes and sinks your ship. Respawn and ship as it sinks. Decide to swim the remaining way. Make it to seaport after 1 hour. Realize that you can't cook food here. Take the rowboat and go to Plunder Valley. Spend 1 hour cooking food. Take rowboat back to seaport. Gain 2 reputation.
Levels don't mean shit in this game. Also, you can carry 3 noobs if you're good enough. That scout just showed you that.
Don't care. I don't play with shitters. Simple as.
I don't play with shitters. Then it's a good thing for you that Bosco doesn't think the same.
Be me, playing Witcher King's mod, start as King of Redania, help the other northern realms fight off Nilfgaard. Nilfgaard is defeated, he dies, play as his son, getting bored, make my heir into a 100 stat man Giga Chad, suicide.jpg, now playing as Casimir the Great, conquer the northern realms along with most of the known world and make what remains of Nilfgaard and non-human nations into tributaries. Dies, now playing as Casimir II, massive empire starts to crumble. Lose most of it, keeping only the de jure lands of the Empire of Redania. Dies, playing as Casimir III, subjugate the neighboring kingdoms as tributaries. A few generations down the line, step invade the southern realms. They conquer the Empire of Toussaint and one of the provinces of Nilfgaard. They successfully conquer Sintra despite my assistance in the war. Manage to help Sodden defend against their invasion. Win, but at a massive cost. A few years later, they conquer what remains of Nilfgaard. It's over. The North has fallen.
Join game at the end of a mission. Do nothing but ping an error cube for 5 minutes straight. Leave. Regular mission with Randos. Nobody talks. Communication only occurs via laser pointer or very few words on text chat. Grabber spawns and grabs our gunner. He opens his mic and screams at the top of his lungs. Shoot the bug to free him. He types thanks and keeps playing without using the mic. Try to solo a deep dive while downloading some shit from Steam. I played the game since launch but took a break from it shortly after the first wave of additional weapons were added to the game. First mission is collecting aqua rocks and morkite. Okay, no biggie, this is standard. See the oxygen meter on the side. My face when, yeah, I don't know, I'm not really a fan of having to drop my shit and run back to the platform every 5 seconds. These events are kinda dog shit.
Be me. Be white. Have job in landscaping for multiple HOAs. Work with a lot of Latinos who speak little to no English. White lady comes up to me. Oh, thank God, someone who speaks English. Start speaking back to her in Dutch. Hate fast food. Not even American. But the cute redhead working the drive-thru always warms my heart. Looks like it'll be another double steakhouse without tomatoes for me, boys. Once I have my new car, I'll ask her out. Hey, without tomatoes as usual? Yeah, 'cause you're the only red thing I'd need on my burger. Don't use that line. Alliance with a brig doing the Briggsy tall tale. Get bored and run a sea fort because I'm a solo sloop and there's nothing up on the map except a skelly fleet. Decide to finish up the night with some fishing since I have a few leeches in my pocket. End up selling a trophy bone ancient scale for 22,000 gold. I wonder what was going through the heads of that tall tale crew after receiving 11k for a single fish. See the Fort of Fortune skull despawn. Check the map and see the key marker disappear, so I barrel over. Park my sloop right behind the one at the fort and row over. Try talking it out with a lone pirate wielding a blunderbuss and standing in the middle of a shit ton of stronghold and legendary kegs. Give him my rowboat and row up to the back of his sloop, after which he starts unloading everything off the boat and directly behind the map table. After 2 minutes of trying to talk to him, he goes to the top deck and leaves me by the map table. As soon as I hear the anchor go, I start sifting through the loot and kegs like a crackhead. Grab the Athena, jump off the back of his ship, and wish him happy sails while he's none the wiser. Talking to players is much more fun than shooting them, and much more satisfying when you steal something from right behind their backs. Play Brazil, lower army loyalty. Get cooed. Army rigs elections so the Varduous leftist doesn't win. Campaign as him anyways. He wins easily. Kill him. Military rule solidified. Brazil is saved.
Woody, I like RPGs just as long as it's none of that anime shit. I like respectable RPGs like Paper Mario and Luigi. Look, Woody, besides the few anime games I dabble into like Persona 5, I like a wide variety of Pokemon, Undertale, and Golden Sun.
2014. I am 26, been working for the past year. First job I ever had. Wanted to make it special with nice gifts for everyone. Had been saving the whole year, so had a nice amount of finances available. Only paid some rent, really. Had 4 people to buy for. Mother, father, brother, brother's girlfriend. Brother was 14, by the way. His girlfriend was also 14. Get them all standard gifts, like nice clothes and stuff. Wanted a big gift for everyone. Go to pet shop on Christmas Eve. Buy a bunch of tarantulas that look like my family. Big hairy one is my dad. Smaller one is my mother. Slightly bigger is brother. Miscolored one is me. Also buy a hamster, and that is my brother's girlfriend. On Christmas morning, put all the animals in the same enclosure. Wrap it up and put it downstairs. Tell everyone it is a special gift. Gift giving goes really well. Final gift left is mine. Family opens it. Stare in horror because the hamster is dead, and so are 2 of the spiders. Brother's girlfriend starts crying. Mumble, the hamster is you. Cries even more. That face when I have been told by my parents they must approve every gift in the following years. It's Christmas Eve and I can't wait for tomorrow. Woke up extra early, full of excitement and anticipation. Went to the living room to see if Santa had come yet, but the tree was still bare. Decided to make some hot cocoa to warm up and sat by the fireplace to wait. As the hours ticked by, I started to get a little anxious. What if Santa doesn't come this year? What if I've been naughty and don't get any presents? But then, just as I was starting to lose hope, I heard a faint jingling sound. I ran to the window and saw Santa's sleigh flying through the air, led by a team of reindeer. Santa landed on the roof and started to slide down the chimney, and I knew everything was going to be okay. Merry Christmas to all, and to all, a good night. Boot up EU4 and choose Dahomey. Look at their national ideas. Langdress underscores description. By introducing a number of effeminate young noblemen into the royal harem and presenting them as royal wives, we can give them the freedom to act unseen as the king's eyes and ears, especially in the matters of palace intrigue. What did Paradox Interactive mean by this? It ain't gay if it's with the homies. At college, have a brand new ThinkPad. Everybody else is using iPads or some cheaper tablet, a few MacBooks. Professor is a huge Mac fan. Tell us Mac is the future and we are stupid if we don't get a Mac. Tell him he is wrong. He pulls me up to compare my laptop to his MacBook. Mine is faster and better in every way. Starts getting mad. He pours water over mine by accident. Oh no, your 90s laptop is dead. You'd better go buy a new MacBook after class today. Actually, this is a $2,000 top-of-the-range ThinkPad, and it's waterproof. Hold my still-running laptop over his MacBook, and the water drains onto his and kills his. What the fuck did you just do? Get out of my class! Tried to get me expelled. They look at the security footage. Come back next week and see a new lecturer. He's a huge Linux open source fan. It has Richard Stallman picture on his ThinkPad. Apple is the worst fucking company ever. Maybe back when Steve Jobs was alive, but it was better and slightly respectable. But holy shit, he must be rolling in his grave right now. Be me, a few weeks ago. Go to Apple Store to get battery replaced. Spend an hour and 30 minutes walking around. Come back. Tell me the phone is missing some parts, so the battery is unreplaceable the next day. Go to shitty PC Fix. Feces everywhere. Legit the most dingiest fucking place alive. Ask to get battery replaced. He goes in the back for 15 to 30 minutes. Comes back. Battery healthy, is replaced and 100% capacity. Ask if any parts were missing. They weren't. Pay the $60 and walk out. Planned obsolescence is real, boyos. There's a plumber outside working on the sprinkler system. My dad goes out there and asks how it's coming along. Dude says in a cheerful voice, I think I just broke your main line. Sir, what?
Be me, deep love for tabletop RPGs and roleplay. Rule tool kind of guy, bending the rules to fit a scene and make gameplay easier. Gets into Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, like the system. Flawed but playable. Many people know the system. Easier to start tables fast. Gets confused on why everybody hates D&D 5e MTG. I don't get it. It's just an RPG system like many others. Opens a table. Player already comes in full with the build. Looks less. Already know which rule used to fit their stat. Player straight up ignores my DM and plays his turn alone like a fucking automaton. Other players constantly complain about the most specific things. They don't care about the story. They just want to level up their characters. One of them comes to tell me how the way I DM is not how it should be done. Brush it off as just a bad table. Tries again with other players multiple times and shit. My face went. I owe you a GTG. I finally get it. Fuck D&D. Fuck that shit and its shitty community with the power of 1,000 suns.
Be me, military. USMC ships me off to the middle of the New Mexico desert for training exercises for months. It's BS, but whatever. They work us like slaves in 110-plus degree heat. Sandstorms nearly blind me every day. Little to no free time. I miss my family, I miss my friends. Consider going AWOL, but I'd probably die in the desert. They give me a single mango at mealtime, and suddenly everything becomes worth it. Pull through, military bots. It gets better. Noticed rats in the bushes downtown, started leaving lots of waste food for them. Bread, cakes, meat, etc. Whatever I get for free from the food bank. Top off their water bowl every day. I've been doing this for a couple of months, and my pet ratties are getting so big, and they've got lots of little babies now too. You've managed to find the most wholesome yet destructive community activity I've seen. Well done, based Rat King. Quick play puts you in a game in progress. You shortly realize why the person you replace quit. Get a really nice city as a gift from my wonderful Vlandian king. Fuck yeah. Have barely touched it besides giving it a governor because we were at war with the snow people and then the desert people with no break. Rebellion breaks out in my city. Goes rogue. Defeat the tiny army it has and execute the rebellion fella. Despite the circumstances, I still get 9 hours straight of pop-ups telling me my relationship with absolutely everyone is decreased, despite executing a literal traitor to the kingdom. Literally 1084. Let's see what this anomaly mod is all about. Start with a pistol and some 9x18 ammo. Pick a few fetch quests to earn some dough. Meet a group of mercenaries with some expensive gear along the way. Manage to kill them all. All the weapons in their inventory are broken despite the fact that they were shooting at me just fine. Ended up getting wounded and spent most of the ammo. Rewards from the quests vary from 1,000 to 5,000 rubles. Alright, time to restock. A single bandage costs 1,300 rubles. A box of 39x18 bullets costs 1,800 rubles. A med kit that doesn't even stop bleeding costs 3,700 rubles. Fixing a gun doesn't repair its broken parts. You have to replace them manually. But who the fuck finds this shit fun?